Hi guys. I had online classes earlier and my laptop betrayed me so many times. So here I am, sitting on my yoga mat with some books in front of the camera. Like, this is how I just dress. So hi, my name is Tess. It's good to be back as always. I went to Big Bad Wolf. I'm sure you know about that. The biggest book sale in the world. That's what it says in all the news I have read about Big Bad Wolf. Yes, I went there a day ahead of their public opening, and I went there twice on the same day. First by myself, and then the second time I went with my husband. I actually have a vlog about it, so if you want to watch it, I'll link it down below. We also went there for like the third time. As expected, there were a lot of people and the queues were so long, so we just decided to leave. I think they had a bigger space at IAC Convention Center compared to SMC side. But yeah, I was also worried about how crowded it would be for people who went on a weekend, because even on VIP day, there were already a lot of people and the counters used there were already cramped. But anyway, this is a book haul video, so let's get right into it. So I have here 10 books from BBW. Actually, we bought more than 10 books, but I'm not gonna count the ones for my husband because they're his. These books that I have here, they are books that I have yet to read. Most of them are not familiar to me, so I chose most of these books based on their synopsis and after checking if they had good reviews. So the first book I have here is Punching the Air by Evie Zoboy and Yusuf Salam. Oh my goodness, I added this book to my TBR years ago. I listed this to my one of the anticipated releases years ago, but sad to say, I just got a copy now. This book is about a boy. He's an artist and a poet, and he is sent to prison for a crime he did not commit. All the rage he has, he expresses it through his art or through his words. This has great reviews, and by looking at the title, by looking at the cover, you can already tell that this has a powerful story to tell. I'm gonna read this baby soon. That's the first book. Okay, the next book I have here is The Side of You by Holly Miller. I am not familiar with this book, but I like the cover and the title. This is basically a romance book. Here it has the question, would you choose love if you knew how it would end? Would you choose love if you knew how it would end? The question, you guys. This book is going to be so dramatic. I also like this book because it can do this. I like books that can do this. That's it for the second book. Next book I have here is You Don't Own Me by Mary Higgins Clark and Alla Fairburg. I am actually reading this. I'm not done yet, but I'm almost through. I'm already here. I'm done with these. And I think I'm gonna finish this tonight. This book is about a woman who's accused of killing her husband, but there are really no evidences, like enough evidence to prove that she's really the one who killed her husband, but most things point out to her. This book does not only focus on the wife's perspective, also focuses on this woman who runs an investigation show called Under Suspicion. Their team is dedicated to solve unsolved crimes. One of it being the murder of this woman's husband. I don't really have high expectations. I don't really know what to expect. I haven't read a lot of books under this genre. But so far, I'm really liking this to keep me reading until the last page. I hope I can finish this tonight. Everything is really interesting so far. Alright, the next book I have here is Foolish Hearts by M. Mills. This book has a very pretty cover. I've seen this book a couple of times at NBS, but at that time I wasn't so sure if it was worth its price. So when I saw this book at BBW, I didn't think twice about getting it. So I'm really happy that I got the copy now. And when I opened it and have it naked, I was surprised to see that it's got these drawings over here. I thought it's gonna be like the plain naked cover, but seriously, so pretty. If I remember correctly, this is a young adult novel about friendship and love. I have a confession. I used to read a lot of young adult books, but these days, honestly, I haven't read a lot of YA. I think I'm not as drawn to reading YA as I was before, but there's really nothing wrong if you're an adult and you like reading YA books. Like, go ahead, read whatever you enjoy. Reading is universal. It does not discriminate by age. Like, seriously, read whatever you enjoy reading. I'm sure I'm gonna read this book when I'm in the mood for it. Also, this is not the only YA in this haul, so yeah. Can I just stay here like this for a while because my back is hurting. Also, my butt is hurting. Okay. The next book I have here is a book that is so close to my heart because it's written by the author who introduced me to fantasy and fantasy romance. It's The Lost Book of the Wyatt by Cassandra Clare and Wesley Chu. This is a Shadowhunters novel. It's a sequel to The Red Scrolls of Magic, and this is a trilogy. I forgot the title of the third one. I think... Wait, what is the title of the third one? The Red Scrolls of Magic, The Lost Book of the Wyatt. Maybe I need some water. My back is really hurting. This follows the story of Alec Lightwood and the magnificent Magnus Bane. Cassandra Clare's Shadowhunters world really changed my life. Like, one of these days I'm gonna make a video about that, but obviously not today. I don't know if I'll ever be ready to accept that The Weekend Powers is the last trilogy that she will be writing to end the Shadowhunters world. Like, I don't know how to feel about that. I don't want to think about that because this world has been in my life since I was in high school, which was like years ago. So this is so important to me, and reading Cassandra Clare's books always feels like I'm reuniting with a long missed family. Also, is it just me? When you look at the cover, this is Magnus, obviously. Magnus's face here on the cover, he looks like the actor from the Mortal Instruments movie. May he rest in peace. Did you notice that, or am I just imagining it? Anyway. Okay, the next book I have is another book. Let's do this again. The next book I have is another book that I haven't heard of before, but I chose this because I found the premise really good. It's The Impossibility of Us by Katie Apperman. Just by looking at the cover and reading the title, you can already tell that this is another love story, and a sad one for sure. I like this already because I think this is going to be dramatic. The story of this follows Elise, whose family just moved to another town after her brother's death in Afghanistan. And so Elise here meets this man named Maddie, who is Afghan. They started to build a relationship. They became friends, and I think even more than friends, obviously. Elise's family doesn't like it because Maddie is an Afghan. It's basically the story of this book. I am really interested to know how their story unfolds. And this book also poses the question, how brave can you be when your relationship is questioned by everyone you love? This is going to be dramatic, and I already love it. Next book. Now we're down to the last 4 books, and I have here Missing You by Meg Cabot. She is the best-selling author of The Princess Diaries, and she's writing here as Jenny Carroll. I knew that this is part of a series, but I just found out that this is the 5th and final book in the series. But I am so glad that I picked this one up because I really found the story so interesting. Like, this follows the story of Jessica, who is known worldwide as the Lightning Girl. She could find anyone, dead or alive. Because of her abilities, she got hired to work for the US government. But one day, her powers, like her abilities, just disappeared. So that's the story. And it's a very thin book, so this would be a one sitting read. Okay, the third to the last book is my new crush gave to me by... Ooh, who wrote this? This is the name of the author, Shani Petrov. I bought this mainly because it's giving me a Christmassy vibe. Look at the cover, it's red and it's got the gift tags in here. It's so cute. This is actually an exemption to the other books that I bought. Like, this doesn't even have good reviews. I just bought this because of the cover. Again, because of the cover. This book follows the story of Charlotte. She wants nothing more for Christmas than to be with this star athlete of their school named Theo, but Theo does not know she exists. She wanted so badly to date Theo, to have Theo for their like Christmas ball, but in order to do that, she needs the help of Theo's cousin. Oh my god, this is a YA book again, and I really hope to feel the Christmassy vibe in here. Like, I don't know. I'm going to read this with average, like low expectations, so I will not be very disappointed knowing that this got not so nice reviews. But the cover, guys, the cover, I like it. Next book, this is second to the last book. It's Lucas by Kevin Brooks. This book follows the story of Caitlin. This is a YA book, by the way. This book follows the story of Caitlin, whose life got entangled with this mysterious and dangerous boy named Lucas. I'm interested to know Lucas's past. Like, I want to know more about him. Okay, wow, we're down to the last book in this haul. Last one I have here is The First Mistake by Sandy Jones. I was actually surprised seeing thousands of reviews about this book, but I'm not so sure if I'm gonna like it. That's mainly because I rarely pick or read domestic suspense novels such as this one. I'm gonna try and see if I will like it. The First Mistake is a story about this woman named Alice who is suspecting that her husband and her best friend may be hiding dark secrets from her. So that's really what the story is all about, and it's a very thin book. I hope I can read this soon, and I hope I will really like it because I don't want to waste my time reading a book that's not worth my time. So I hope I will like this one. And these are the books. Oh my god, give me time. So these are all the books I got from BBW. I'm very proud to be able to carry them with my thin arms. All these books I have here, I think I have chosen them well. I actually expected to buy more books than these, but being at BBW, looking at books, checking out what are like the best books to have, it took me like more than 5 hours, to be honest with you guys, and my leg muscle ached that day, and even on the following day it still ached a little. But I'm still so happy that I got to bring all of these books home. That's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on my next one. Goodbye.